All right, welcome back to the shop. All right, so yesterday we got a bunch of stuff completed. Got all the landing gear cleats put in on both wings. So far, pretty happy with the weight. I'm about 12 ounces total each panel. So we should finish around 13 and a half ounces with a belt crank and a push rod install. So pretty much on target for our weight, about 60 ounces of this finished product. So I look to save a little bit in the fuse if I can. I got some ideas, but we'll see. So today, what I'm going to do is we're going to skin the stab. So I'll show you how to do that. Again, I'm using a foam stab. Similar process, but I'll go through how I do it this way. All right. So we'll get started here. All right. I got my skins here, and they came out very light. Um, and so the wing panels came out really nice. Landing gear plates really nice. I'm very happy with them. But to finish the tip, put up somewhere on the tip weight box. I lined it with 60-foot plywood. All in all, it's coming out pretty good so far. Tomorrow, I'll be putting the belt crank in, so I'll show you how I do that and join the wing. I got some work to do there. All right. So now, I've had these cores quite a while. So we got to do is we're gonna have to split these cores. So what I'm doing is just lining these up here. Let's start with the cradle here. Help me out with this. Make it so it's laying flat on the table. Now, those are the original marks. Right. So this is a stab and elevator together. So I'm only going to use the stab. And I just want to make sure. So I was going to verify some measurements here. What the hell would I do? Three and an eighth. Three and an eighth. Yeah, that's the full scale one. But now we got to take out for a trailing edge piece, which is about 3/16. And that's us 2 and 7. So now what I'm doing is I'm just checking the measurements. It's perfect. Now, so I'm going to carefully cut it with 26 blade. New short blade. So you can cut this with a hot wire. Get a new number 11 blade. Well, the other thing you do is you can actually heat up the X-Acto knife if you want, but a really sharp blade will go right through it neatly. Um, Now what I'll do is get a sanding bar. Just clean up the edges. Okay. Now what I'll do, seeing how it's fitting up here, hold on, let me just check something. All right, what I want to do is take a little bit off the edge. And it doesn't matter, we're going to put our own tips on anyway. I'm going to go back and get the jigs. Out of curiosity. 1.2. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, I also laid these up the other day. I laid up another set. I just want to see some. These are a little bit heavier, but stiffer. Yeah. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is set these in the jig, like so. Perfect. Yep. So what I'm going to do, and now I just want to see. This one's an ultra light, and they really have no shape yet. Because only the outside skin is done. But once I put the foam in, it's going to become real nice. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a spar in the foaming, but I'm pretty happy with this. This is going to come out pretty nice. And then you put the skins to the side. All right, so what we're going to do All right. What about 2 inches up? We're going to add a form. Let's add some additional stiffness. All right. So now this bar is 2 pieces of 1/16 with a piece of 007 carbon in the middle. Make sure I get the 007 in the middle. Now the trick to this lots of CA, and you'll feel the heat in this thing as it kicks off. Oh man. I'm going to do is run down the steam here. You really want to make sure you get plenty of CA in here because you want it to really soak into the carbon. And what you end up with is pretty much unbreakable spar and lightweight. Put up the excess carbon. And what you end up is in shear, this thing is pretty much unbreakable. Now just weigh it basically. Weighs 2 grams or 0.05 of an ounce. Almost nothing. Now what we'll do is I'll cut out the mark for it. Now I may use the elevators. I'm not sure yet. I have them already. I may just use them. I have plenty of light fluid that I can easily use. Just cut through here. Okay. I don't know. And just cutting out the spar trap. We can heat a rod and do this too, but such a small cut, I just cut right through. A little styrofoam peanut. Now we're gonna glue this all in one shot here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chew up already good a little bit. Now, so a little proud, so we'll just sand it down. Normally I would glue it right in and then finish sand it in. But in this case, I'm gonna glue all this in one shot with Gorilla Glue, right in the mold. So okay. Now I'm gonna use my molds here. Amazing, I took these out the other day and they've been like bananas. I do gotta fix that one spot that I broke. Oh, I took it out of the mold. So here's what I'm gonna do. Tape it down. And then what I'll do is I'll just drop a little CA in there. And for whatever reason, CA don't stick to Scotch tape. Sure. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape it into the mold. I don't have to keep chasing it around. Now I'm just checking the fit up on here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Gotcha. Now what I'm going to do is measure my center. About 13 and a quarter. So the stab is 26 and a half. I'm only doing this because I want to really make sure I get good glue adhesion here. I won't put glue where I don't need it. Pretty good. Now, out of curiosity, all right, so I got it marked, and now one of the other things I want to see, I want to see how well it closes. All right, so it looks like I got to sand down the trailing edge a little bit. Just a touch, okay. What I'm concerned with is this trailing edge being a little bit high. Now what I want to do is just take a hair off the trailing edge. Same thing on both sides here. Doing the same thing on the other side here. And just marking where bar is so I get glue. And I just want to see how we fit up here. Yeah, much better. What I'm feeling for is the thickness on the trailing edge. So I don't want to make sure you have good contacts. Yeah. A couple more swipes of sandpaper, and I think we're good. All right. So we use the same process we're doing. We use Gorilla Glue. Let me get some gloves. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to get a weight of everything before I start here. All right, the skins are 0.9. Everything is 1.25 ounces to start. Start, it's easier for me to put it on the table here, it looks like. Now we're going to do just making sure I'm getting a good coating here. I'm going up the wall there. Now what I'm going to do is get a cup. Now we started at 0.65 when I put all this glue on. So we're going to see what we're going to come up with here. Just want to get all the excess glue off. Let's just see what glue I took off. 5. And now, put back in my mold here. What I want to do is just right. So there's plenty of glue in there. What I like about the Gorilla Glue is it expands. Good. I'll give this a second. Now what I want to do is get some weights and put them on it while I'm setting the other piece. Now, stuff everywhere today. All right. Now I'm gonna put Gorilla Glue on this side, and we're gonna get the plant the half stick up there. Same process. All right. We put them on the trailing edge here. Don't need a lot of glue. You just got to make sure you got good surface adhesion here. You got it everywhere you need to have it. That's how much I got off. I started at 0.65 or 0.55. Right now, put on a clean pair of gloves here. As you see, you got a little bit of working time with the Gorilla Glue before it starts to kick off. If you want it to accelerate the kickoff, you just wet it a little bit. All right. Making sure there's a good amount of glue there. So I'm making sure the trailing edge is all lined up. Okay. Now what I'll do, just because I want to make sure the trailing edge stays in alignment. I'm looking for, make sure there's no bow in it. If I'll get out, that's what it is. There won't be one. Yeah. So now what's going to be important here, we're going to hold this down in, I put it back in the foam cradle, so I'm going to use that. I can really get a good squeeze on it. What I'm going to do is take the front well, and now what I'm going to do is put the get it where I want it in the jig here. Or back in the cradle. This will be dry in about an hour. Okay. All right, so the stab will have to dry now. All right, so that's pretty good. All right, so that's pretty much what I have for tonight. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna be. I'll probably get down to the shop early tomorrow morning. So my plan is to get down early tomorrow morning, and we're gonna work on the wing. Gonna get to work on the bell crank, getting the bell crank mounted. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna join the halves. So tomorrow the wing will be in one piece with the bell crank in and the lead outs in. So it's moving right along. We'll let this sit for a little while. I'll pull this out later. I'll have to clean it up a little bit, but overall it looks pretty good. That's how I'm putting the stab together. If you like the videos, click the like button, subscribe, tell your friends. Thanks for watching.